So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Gun. Cut.
Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
11. Cut.
Burrow looking to pass. A short throw there pulled in by all. Room here to run. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Cut.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. T. Higgins. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins, 29 yards. And the Bengals will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
No.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This one finds Wilson downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. The slot man in motion right. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves. moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field. Despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early.
Here we go.
Pay dividends as the game progresses.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Over.
Now Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Easy.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. This pass out. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From midfield now, Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Back north.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Down the left sideline. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 3 yards out, and the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Flush to his right.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Bengals are able to move back in front.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Rodgers going to throw.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Hall. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Now it's Burrow.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Hey, 88, 88, 88.
Throwing is Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Straight ahead is Hall.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Let's get set. Dot.
They go play action with Burrow. Out to his left.
Looking downfield, he's got all the tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Dot.
And they go play action now. Burrow on the move to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Open man is Higgins. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Here we go. Dot.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5.
Here we go. Dot.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Flushed out right.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
11. Side.
Burrow will throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
11 empty.
2 of
11
their
empty.
3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from moving out in front. And McPherson on for the extra point.
And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Escapes the defender.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
Jump out!
Now it's Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. It's a big play. Jets on 3rd down, 45 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 35, here's the 2nd down and 6.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
Handoff running left. Here's Hall.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the 8th.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Rodgers throwing quickly out wide.
And he's going to get forward for a couple before he is banged down hard at the end.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. To throw is Rodgers. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And this one is right through. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
69 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
12. Dot.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now Burrow. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Chase Brown
49 yards.
And the Bengals have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 5.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll find Hall. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 1 now.
Hey, 88. Get 300.
Now Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down.
Check 30.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
11 MT, Tate. 11 MT. Sahat.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about.
12.
But
12.
big plays,
12.
let's face it.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bengals get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
12, 12, 12. Hot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. Inside the 20.
And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Check 30.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout.
11
and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Racing to the end zone.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Chase Brown
with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 19-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And they take a knee. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go. 11, Thomas.
Now a give left side, Brown with it. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
T. Higgins
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will bump the lead up to 26.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on second. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over to 50.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Here we go. God!
From the gun, a give to Brown.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
And the Bengals going to live to fight another week as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From MetLife Stadium,